are really glad to have you guys. Thank you for hanging in with us. I don't know how much you have heard of anything that we have said so far, but the point is that we are here for some warrior talk. And we've got something really special on our heart today that's going to be specifically a baby of Brad's, something that he has had on his heart for many, many years. And it's going to be a 4-point message. And like Brant said, it's going to lead us into the new year. But you know what? We can put it into work today too. So stay tuned, invite your friends, share the video. And here we go, Brant, take it away.
All right there, Lady Heather. Who was it? It was called Lady Heather and Sir Brant. Who was that? I love that.
Oh, it was Shelton. Yeah.
Well, okay. It's been quite the weekend. A lot of ministry happening this weekend. Also bringing people together. The mayor in West Texas of Odessa, he's a prayer warrior. Also the mayor in Amarillo. You know, God is bringing his people together. He's bringing his leaders together. He's bringing men together, women together. And there is a fourfold role that I developed over 25 years ago. It has never let me down because it's based on biblical principles. It's based on God. And you can't go wrong with that. But Heather, you know, I don't know what you think about this statement, but if you fix the heart of the man, you take care of the domestic violence issues. You take care of most of the pornography issues, the sex trafficking issues, you know, the out of control gambling issues, the substance abuse issues, war issues, right? If you address the heart of the man. And I noticed during the Band of Brothers days, we referred to that before, but during the early 2000s, I did this ministry called Band of Brothers. Now, there's been plenty of Band of Brothers groups in different parts of the country. I started this one in Tulsa, and it was a God thing. You know, we taught the code of knighthood. I didn't learn that until I was 27 years old. I'm 54 now, and it still hasn't let me down. But the code of knighthood: live pure, speak truth, right, wrong, and follow the king. We've talked about that before. Some of you have made graphics out of that. Sheldon's well, appreciate you. But I'm going to give you 4 new ones, and we've actually alluded to this as well in past shows. But it's like the 4 roles of a man. You know, Heather, this world has no problem telling men what they are and what they're not, trying to redefine men, trying to redefine women. Calling women birthing parents. Well, there's a reason why they're trying to redefine us. It's because throughout the ages, when you would turn a country to a communist country, you redefine terms, and then you write new laws according to those terms, right? If you redefine what a child is, then you could be like California and give a pass to all child sex traffickers because now we're calling them adults. That's the strategy of the enemy, is to redefine you and to redefine the word of God and to redefine what your roles are, folks. And so all that to say is there are 4 ancient roles that I believe men are called to have. And if you live according to these 4 roles, men, that as we go into 2024, the year of the dragon, okay? That's the Chinese year of the dragon, but also by the occultist, the year of the dragon. There's plans for you, folks, but God has a bigger plan for you. So how can a man, especially, and women too, I have women that come up to me, Heather, they want to know, what are those things again? I've got a son, or, you know, I've got grandchildren that I'm raising, right? The first generation of people raising their grandchildren because of the fentanyl problem, the meth problem. And again, if you address the heart of the man, you can fix the home most of the time. You can fix the neighborhood, because a strong man and a strong marriage, a strong family makes a strong home, strong neighborhoods, strong towns, strong cities, strong states, strong nations. but it starts with the heart of the man and the heart of the woman. So 4 roles: king, warrior, leader, lover. And you'll see a graphic on your screen when this broadcasts. The king, warrior, leader, lover. King, provide like a king. You know, people think that provision is just money. It's not just money. Provision literally means provision. You're looking on the horizon. What's coming on the horizon? Provision. Well, I've seen these days that we're in since I was a boy, and I've spoken about them openly for decades and on television and on radio. Don't think I'm crazy now, do you folks? Provision. We are in the days we read about. What's on the horizon? Well, what is on the horizon is this move to destroy the family, to destroy God's children, to destroy Christianity, to destroy patriotism, to destroy what a woman is. Now they're calling her birthing people. Give me a break.
I know.
It's not a political thing anymore. It's good and evil. It's good versus evil. My friends on both sides of the aisle cannot believe the madness of this evil that is taking over in our world. But this is what God said would happen. So how do we navigate this? Provide like a king. Well, Brant, if it's not money, I mean, money is part of it. There's a lot of people out there, they don't work by choice. Now, if you're not able-bodied, I'm not talking about you, but you know, if you're suffering with a disability or whatever, we're not talking about you. I'm talking about the men, the able-bodied men that choose not to work while their wife works. Well, you're not providing like a king. How about the opposite of that? How about the man that makes tons of money? He's chasing the money, but he's never home.
Never home. Yeah.
So you may be providing with the numbers, but you're not providing the atmosphere where children can flourish, where your wife can flourish, right? It's not debatable. The percentages of prison inmates, 80% of prison inmates didn't have a father.
Yeah.
Did you know that? So you may be hitting the numbers you want, but not providing. So how do you provide like a king? Number one, you don't chase the money. I can tell you firsthand, when you stop chasing the money will start chasing you. If you realign your life, you realign your priorities. When Jesus said, seek first the kingdom and his righteousness, and all these things will be added, we tend to discount that. Well, he's talking about this or that. Let me tell you, I know for a fact, when you seek first the kingdom and you walk in love, you love people and you use things. You don't love things and use people. When you love your wife like Christ loves the church, when you love your children, okay, when you're in that frame of mind and you strive to have a balance. Now, that's always been a challenge for me, okay, with work. But I changed my life to where my work can include my children. My son travels with me, okay? My daughter travels with me, right? But I started to provide an atmosphere where dad is there, or dad is within reach. People view God the way they view their fathers. When I was a professor, I saw it time and time again. The atheist hated their dad, right? Those who love God and consider God loving, their father was loving. So I began to provide an atmosphere of love, okay, of sanity, of self-control, right? Of righteousness, okay? My kids aren't my buddies. They're my kids. So they need curfews. See, I need to know who they're hanging out with. I need to know that. I'm not a control freak, but I need to know because I am providing like a king. What is a king supposed to do? A king is supposed to make sure that their people are protected. Their people have access to what they need, that their kingdom can flourish, right? So that goes into protect like a warrior. There's provide like a king, but then there's protect like a warrior. Folks, protecting your kids is up to you. As of this last week, California rejected a bill to punish pedophiles and child sex traffickers. You can't trust the government to protect you. You have to protect your family. So to protect like a warrior, do you have what you need in your house? If there's a bump in the night, this world says that men should be sweet and sensitive, right? We should be all these things. And the reality is, when there's a bump in the night, or when there's the enemy at the gates, everybody wants the warrior. You want the warrior now? Well, be a warrior. That's what Warrior Talk's all about. Helping you to position yourself to be a warrior, because you're in a fight. And you will either be a victim or you'll be a victor. So provide like a king, protect like a warrior. You also protect the hearts of your children, the hearts of your spouses. Are the words that I'm speaking damaging? Do they tear down or do they lift up? I've seen firsthand. You call a kid a loser for 16 years, you got a loser. But you call him a winner for a week, you've got a winner. How do I know? I worked at a kids ranch, became dad to 30 juvenile delinquents. They were just too young to go to prison. Drug runners, murderers, rapists, believe it or not, until they turned 18 and got into the system, right? What a system. So providing like a king, protecting like a warrior, protect your home. For those of you who know what anointing means, protect the anointing of peace in your home. You know what I mean? Are your kids bringing over friends that hate God and hate you? Are they hanging around people that's going to introduce them to drugs at a time when our border is wide open and all the fentanyl in the world is distributed among our children? It's killing our kids. And so, we just smoke a little, right? We just drink a little. They're putting fentanyl in marijuana now. They're putting fentanyl in everything. Just a speck on the head of a pin can kill you. Who are your kids hanging around? Are you protecting your kids? Are you protecting your grandkids? Are you protecting your spouse? Do you have what you need to protect your family, to stand your ground? Provide like a king. Protect like a warrior. You don't think that what's happened in South Texas with home invasions isn't going to come to your neighborhood? I hope not. But let me tell you something. They come to my house, they're going to meet Jesus. What about love? Love. Hey, I love my family more than I love the criminal.
That's right.
Protect like a warrior. So provide like a king. Protect like a warrior. Lead like a leader. I'm amazed at how many people get upset at me because I elevate women leaders, women speakers. I read your Bible. Who was the first person told to tell the disciples Jesus was alive? A woman.
Right.
Lucifer hates women. That's why he targets them. Pay attention to who targets women. Through women came the Messiah. A woman was the first to preach the gospel, right? A woman started the first mega church, Livia. The woman caught in adultery, she was a governor's daughter. Started a church in Damascus that's around to this day. Her and her father enabled legislation that would always protect Damascus. That even the Muslims let Christians exist in safety in Damascus. Did you know that? Damascus is a free city because of Lydia, the woman caught in adultery, the daughter of the governor, who was having an affair with the high priest's son. They didn't drag him out, they dragged her out. So lead like a leader. There's single moms out there. They don't have a husband. So it falls to them to lead their homes, right? A leader touches the heart before he asks for a hand. A leader does what he's asking other people to do. A leader leads by example. Heather, there was a preacher who went to the Holy Land and had a guide. And this guide was taking them all around. And there was a shepherd who had sheep following him. All these shepherds went to this watering hole, and the sheep began to mingle with each other. And this stressed out some of the people there on the tour. And they said, well, what happens? Are they going to lose some of their sheep? And around that time, one of the shepherds gives a call. You like that, Heather? Yep. Shepherd gives a call, and his sheep come out and follow him. Jesus said, my sheep know my name. And so to be a leader, you have to have a voice in your flock. You have to have a voice. Don't leave it to the wife, set the policy and let the wife enforce it. She's a leader too. And if you don't have a wife, you can't just be silent. Oh, I don't want to offend. That's weakness. A leader is strong. If you're the woman and you're the father and the mother, raised by a single mom here after my dad died. Okay, I get it. Until she remarried a wonderful man. But to lead like a leader, here's another thing in leadership, Heather. On that same tour, this guy saw the shepherd, and the shepherd actually walked in front of the sheep. And this preacher said to the guide, he said, isn't that cool? Just like in Bible times, the shepherd leads the sheep. But the next day, he saw a man walking behind the sheep with a rod, and he was beating the sheep. And the preacher said, I thought the shepherd leads his sheep. And the guide started laughing. The guide said, no. That's not the shepherd. That's the butcher. The butcher drives the sheep, but the shepherd leads the sheep. To be a leader.
Because the butcher's not the shepherd. They're two different people. That's crazy. I never thought of that before.
How many times have you seen a shepherd beat their sheep? Have you been in a flock where the shepherd beat the sheep?
Yeah.
Huh? Have you been the butcher? Ooh, didn't realize I was acting more like the butcher than the leader instead of leading by example. So you provide like a king, the atmosphere and provision. If you're a man, work. I've had 7 jobs at one time before, folks. 7. I can't understand a man that doesn't have one unless he can't. I don't relate to that. 7. So it's a different generation now. We got to lead by example. So to provide like a king, to protect like a warrior, to lead like a leader. Men, what I would tell men in the Band of Brothers meetings, and the wives love this because it was biblical, is it's one thing to say, I'm the leader, blah, 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 and, you're under my foot and what I say goes, I'm the man. I come home and sit in my recliner and drink my beer and bark at my wife because I'm the leader. No, leader, you're a tyrant. You're a butcher, a joke. Snap out of it. Be a man. I'm talking to you that way because I love you. Sometimes men respond to that. We don't respond to little foo-foo-y hints. Just tell us. We're men. I love you enough to tell you, brothers, be a man, right? No. She's not under your foot. She's a diamond in your hand. Now, women, how many of you women would follow a man that says, baby, you're a diamond in my hand. I'm responsible for you. I'm accountable for you. You can follow a leader like that. Can you not?
Absolutely. You
So
bet.
provide like a king, protect like a warrior, lead like a leader, and love like a lover. Everyone likes, oh, come and get your love. Oh, we love that. Oh, we love that kind of love. But according to 1 Corinthians 13, love is patient. It's kind. It's not self-seeking. It does not envy. It does not boast. It's not prideful. It doesn't rejoice, at the misgivings of others.
Yeah.
So, hey, we all love the process of falling in love. And it is a process. The first little hand touch, first little kiss, right? Oh, you made my favorite dish. Oh, but brothers, love goes deeper.
Yes.
What happens when the honeymoon phase is over? That's where you got love or no love at all. Do you love somebody for what they do for you? Or do you love somebody because of who they are? Because you love them. Greater love has none than this, that a man that lays down his life for his friends. That's love. Love is what you do when no one's around. Love is what you do when you're away from home. Do you take that wedding ring off when you're away from home? You still got a tan line there. Don't be fooled, folks. I'm staying in a hotel this weekend. Am I flipping through channels that I shouldn't be? No. Because that does a number in your spirit, does a number on your mind. Love is who you are. It's what you say when they're not around. Do you protect the integrity of your wife, or do you rag on your wife? You talk bad about her. Is that love? That's not love. So this is strong stuff, Heather, is it not?
It is. And you could cut me loose and I could take this show another 30 minutes on this topic, because it's so true. Guys, I know we're talking mostly to the guys today, but from a woman's standpoint, let me tell you, everything here is spot on. It is so true. And maybe it is tough to hear because, maybe in your heart of hearts, that that's not who you are. But you know who can change everything about a person when they lay themselves at his feet? And that's Jesus Christ. He's the one that can equip you to be able to carry out these 4 points. And as a woman, let me tell you something. We want to be loved. We want to be adored. We don't want to run the show. I know that sometimes it appears as if we do. Like me, I'm a go-getter. Okay. So I'm like, if you're waiting on me, you're backing up. Or if nobody else is going to do it, then by golly, I'll just do it. But that's my personality. God gave me that to be a success in life. My heart of hearts is not to be the leader. My heart of hearts is to have the man that makes the decisions, keeps the household safe, makes me feel secure, gives me an attaboy from day to day, thanks me for the things I do, the sacrifices that I make, because there's many of them. That is a real king, leader, lover, warrior, all of those things in a nutshell to a woman. If you can show her security, show her love, show her unconditional love, give her support, encourage her, the world will spin around you, because women are creatures of response. So when you are all of these things to her, she's going to want to turn around and be all the things that you want and need her to be. And it's a win-win. And that's the way that God has created us. Brant, I thank you so, so much. And you know what else I'm thinking? That this is going to fall right into line with the Women Warrior Men of Valor conferences that we're going to be doing next year.
Right.
You can tell the guy's side, I can tell the girl's side. We got it covered. But I thank you so much, Brant. I know that it's really something that's going to hit home today with the guys that are really serious about being who they're supposed to be.
It will, and it does. I've seen it work. I've seen it change lives. I've seen it save marriages. I've seen very, very happy women with their husbands as a result. I mean, how often do you have a men's event that women want to sneak into, and they say, hey, when's the next band of brothers? I'd say, why? I have a new man. I have a new husband. The good news, guys, is this. You can do this. You can do it.
Yeah.
Your soul craves it. Otherwise, we get into escapism. We're wandering out there. And I feel for you, because there's a very well-funded, concentrated attack on you, as well as women, But you can do this. You can do it because your soul prays for it. And the blood in your veins that's been around for thousands of years, you think your blood started when you were born? The word Genesis doesn't mean beginnings. It means generations. So-and-so begets so-and-so begets so-and-so begets so-and-so. So the dreams and the aspirations of your ancestors is alive in you. The Bible said the life is in the blood. That Abraham was in Isaac and Isaac was in Abraham. And so when you realize this, then you don't have to be lost. God released your soul onto the earth. Psalms 139, he wrote every day of your life before you were born. And so you can do this, because I do it. I live this. I live this, Heather.
Yes.
I do. And it's just because I'm such a great guy. No, man. Without God, I'm nothing. Worthless. But with Jesus, with God, I'm everything. So, guys, this will help your marriage. This will revolutionize your life. And ladies, look for guys who strive for this, or share this with your sons. What a fantastic warrior talk, Heather. Can't wait till next time.
I love it. Thank you, Brant. We'll talk about this more, I'm sure, in the days ahead.